Five.
Four.
Hello, people of YouTube. Thank you for joining us today. Please let yourselves be known who is watching today at this in the waiting room and who is not on the panel.
And now, Brad Kalman. Telling you, Bad, you need to let me open for you.
So, RC Review did a running video of the new MB-01. It seems to be a very well planted car when it's set up the right way for handling around a track, even though it's rear-wheel drive. What else do we have to talk about today? Well, we talked a lot about on Thursday about the low-C bike, which is taking the hobby by storm.
We can look at it real quick also.
What,
Because it might be some different people on your channel compared to mine.
Yeah.
What's up, big head?
Hey, David. So
there's the bike, Brad.
yeah.
Here's the bike, Brad.
You see they already broke it?
Yeah, they did. They said maybe they'll make it out of metal, that section, soon, so it doesn't break like that. You know?
Who broke it already?
RC Review.
Oh, yeah.
It landed on its head, and it caused it to spring in the wrong direction. That's forked.
Well, you know, if you land on your
you
head, you would spring in the wrong direction, too.
Yeah, broke right there.
Yeah, right there.
They say maybe they'll make that out of aluminum or metal soon, so they won't have that problem again.
I think I'd rather have a stress point there than breaking one of those front forks or something, though.
Yeah, same here.
What's up, Guru?
No, I say you land on your head, you're going to break something.
So
Right.
there is a vehicle that seems to be doing quite well that is 14 scale by a company called MJX. It comes with 3 different sets of tires for it. It's brushless, goes for $175. Frank's looking up MJX.
MGX, Amazon, eBay.
Alibaba, Banggood. It might be on all of them practically. It looks like a mini infraction.
MGXRC. They do drones.
Yeah, they do drones, but this is a car that they made. It had 4K video too.
I don't see the cars here. So you're saying, where else did you see this?
This was on some guys in Britain, and I think I've seen it. I think the sailors have done it in the past.
And it's a car or a truck?
It's it looks like a little mini infraction.
There's a lot of small.
There it is. There it is. There it is. Right next to the green and blue one that's on the right, on left-hand side.
The Hyper 60? Or
Yes.
Hyper Go?
The Hyper Go, yes.
This one?
No, the one beside it.
Yeah, that's $239. It's not $100.
I saw 175 when someone sent me when they saw on his channel. It said
Oh, well,
100.
I'm sorry, this is the Canadian website, so it's going to be a little bit more. But see, this one looks a little bit like the infraction, but it's much lower.
It'll do 3S. It'll do 41 miles an hour on 3S.
Okay.
It comes with it handles well. It comes with street-like tires, but they still look like rally tires. But they also comes with another set of different type of rally tires, and it comes with also the tires for drifting. So it comes with
Yeah, I
three
think-
sets of tires,
Didn't Tom Lee just have that?
probably. That's a nice little car, isn't it, Josh?
It
That's
was
cool.
cool for what it is. I mean,
26 miles an hour on 2S, but it's got lots of lights on it.
what always scares me with those cars is the product support. If you break
Yeah.
something, how long are you waiting?
Yeah, there's no product support on something like that.
No.
There's no such thing. That's a throwaway toy.
Actually, you can get parts for it, they said.
I find that weird that you're saying that, Brad, that there is part support when you never had any experience with that company.
I know that people who talked about it, you can get replacement parts for them.
Okay. Because I'm doing a search right now for that company name for the cars, and I can't even find a website where to buy those parts. So are you trying to say that I buy those parts from Amazon under Hypergo?
Or what's the AliExpress?
Alibaba, probably AliExpress. But that,
Well,
that's not part
So let's go
support.
here.
That just
Visit
means
the Hypergo store. Let's see what they have here.
you're not going to get any tech support. That's for damn sure.
Here's accessories, parts and upgrades. Currently unavailable. Parts are there, but not available. Here's a front bumper, some tires. Most of the parts are not available, which doesn't surprise me. There's an
Oh, that's
upgrade
metal.
part.
It has metal gears in it too, that by the way.
Yeah, but like, okay, they got the diffs, but I don't see a lot of parts here. This is what scares me, and this is what Zach was saying is parts availability. If you break an A-arm or if you break something is going to be tough. Here's some links, but they're not available. Shocks not available. This
I-
shock available.
What's the price point on that car again?
I
That was
saw
like-
it start 175 is the lowest.
Probably
I've seen.
175 US. It's just under $200 US.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of those things, it's weird. Like they'll release them in the hopes that they sell a bunch. And if they sell a bunch, they'll create some parts. But if they don't, it just kind of fades into the background, right? It's just,
Right.
It's a non-seller. And they're just like, well, we're not going to put time and energy into this.
Yeah.
Right. Where, I don't know.
I think
People want to. What's the scale too?
14th.
A 14th. Yeah. See, what an odd scale.
Well, WL Toy makes 14 scales, and so does some other companies. They make a lot. There's a lot of
Right,
14 scales out there.
But WL Toys does not create parts for their products, right? Like all those WL Toy cars, like if you break them, you better have another one to strip down for parts, or it's just one of those junk toys. We're a society that likes to create stuff to throw away.
Believe it or not,
say you can get chassis and stuff for the WL Toy buggies.
Okay,
My
you can
buddy-
get chassis, but can you get like you said, like gears and
Right. Yes.
A-arms and
yes,
replacement shocks and stuff like that?
yes. HBX is a HBX. I have HBX, and you can get parts for them too.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't realize that because I've been looking at some of those little mini Hoonigans, like in the 18th scale and stuff by WL. Some of them look cool and they seem to run all right in video, but
I don't know with every model. I do know the buggy get parts because my buddy got one for him and his daughter, like as a starter thing for her.
Mhm.
And he's broken several things on it and able to get all the parts to fix it.
Well, that's
But
good to hear.
that's a
You know,
buggy.
stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I think the Hyper Go's fairly new, so they're probably trying to establish more parts being made for it.
Yeah, like anything, it's always gonna take a second, and then I think a lot of it just has to do with what their sales figures are like after the initial launch. Like,
Yeah. Is it worth?
is it worth their
parts up?
time to create the parts? You know, if there's a big push for something, then yeah, they know. You know, they sell 100,000 units in their first couple of weeks. They're like, yeah, make those trailing arms, make whatever we can for this buggy. People
So
are going
here's
to
a
buy it up.
1/10 by WL Toy, which to me
Right.
makes more sense, and it's about the same price as the other one.
Well, the WL Toy, you can get parts. I've seen parts availability for them.
Yeah, that's what you're saying, right, Tank? Is that it's more viable to get that car because there's probably more parts
Right.
and it's a more reasonable price for more bang for the buck.
The WL Toy is a well-established car company, radio control
Right.
car company anyways.
Yeah.
So is
But-
HBX.
But wouldn't we say that WL Toys is not one that's really for the hobbyist? It's more for like an entry level, someone who's just like, oh, they need a toy for their nephew
I
or
would
for
say
their
that, yeah.
cousin.
I would agree with that statement.
I wouldn't, because a lot of people have gotten them and they've fixed them and they've modified them. So they're
Oh,
a lot-
okay. Yeah, like I said, I didn't know. I was kind of asking the question, like, would that be the case, or that's not the
You
case?
say entry level because it's not expensive. An
Right,
SCX-24 to me is an entry level.
right.
And I
Yeah,
would
no,
agree
I
with that.
agree.
Those small cars to me are entry level. The Tamiya kits are entry levels. You get those for under $200.
Right.
Right.
To me, that's an entry level also. And mind
Yeah,
you,
that-
WL Toy is ready to run. It's easier for the family, easier for the people. I guess entry level would be the people that are getting into the hobby and they don't want to bother building it. That's kind of
Right.
cool for them.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean by entry level, not necessarily a hobbyist entry level, but just someone who's like, yeah, I want to get my kid a car and we want to drive it this weekend.
Okay, what's the difference between a WL Toy that you get on Amazon and in Walmart?
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
a big difference. You can fix the WL Toy if you break things on it. It's a hobby crate. It's got stuff on it that is hobby crate. Also, my HBXs have established themselves. They have all different sizes. There's Riola, that company,
Riola?
Riola. Yeah, they have gone crazy. They've got parts for their 917. The 917, they have parts up the yin yang for that you can get the modified with that 110 scale car. And they have the 14 scale and 12 scale cars. LC is also another company that people like, because LC they think is very race quality, because I think they have had a race background, the LC cars, and they make them that scale too. So they do
What
have
I
their,
would say is the big difference though, Brad, is the aftermarket support. Like the Space Camp, I can get parts from anywhere for this truck. A WL Toy, you pretty much, other than a few things, you got to call WL Toy to get it.
actually, I got some aftermarket parts that weren't made by WL Toy. I got some tires that fit them.
That's a tire. That's a
tires
Yeah,
are
tire, come on.
generic.
You're splitting
that's-
hairs there.
Yeah, that's
We're talking about
universal.
real parts, not real parts.
Yeah, like a Naarm or a
towers,
Link or
transmission,
shock towers.
axle.
Yeah.
Yeah, transmission replacement, a motor what do you put in those? What do they run? What kind of controller could you run?
Electronic.
Does it end up like one of these where you just put everything else new in it, right? Like, you just
Right.
strip it down and use the basic frame as
If
You know,
break
I
an
mean, you're
STX
using the body.
24
I use the
motor,
body.
You don't use the motor again.
Nah,
I
it's
I
the
know
body.
people, I know with WL Toy, people have actually gutted the electronics and put new electronics from different companies in it.
Yes,
Yeah.
it runs a 380 to 540 can, depending on the car.
Gotcha.
On the
550
buggies,
actually.
I was saying on the buggies, Brad. Do you have any of the buggies? Because I've worked on them.
I have a WL Toy.
Have you worked on it?
A little
Or is
bit.
it sitting over there?
No, I've worked on it a little bit.
But
actually
most of
Changed
them
on it or
depend.
fixed.
Most of them are 380 to 540 can, other than your larger scales, and they do have replacement stuff. But when you run into that hypergo, is it going to be specific? Like if you blow the diff out of that, are you waiting a month for them to hopefully get one back in stock? Where
Actually, I think I've seen a lot of the, believe it or not, the WL Toy vehicles.
I just said the hypergo. I said the
yeah,
hypergo.
yeah, and I've seen that their differentials are the same as in the WL Toy. So you actually could probably use WL Toy diffs
On
in
the
it.
110 scale.
Okay, I
No,
completely
114
agree with
series.
you, Brad. Some of those are interchangeable. I agree with you. But if I buy one of those, how do I know I'm getting the right diff? Do I
Right.
keep buying a diff until like a Russian roulette? I keep buying that.
Yeah.
Shoot, it's not the right one. I'll buy the other one. Ah, no, it's not the right one. I'll buy the other one. It's not the right one. There's no guideline to know which
Right.
actually fit unless I have all the WL toys with me and all the other brand with me that I can swap parts and actually do and then make a chart with it. There's nobody that does
Right.
that.
And not everybody
son-
makes a perfect truck.
No.
Actually, my 14 scale uses a 550 motor. It's not a 540, but you know, that's splitting hairs too, but the can's just bigger.
My son had, I quit fixing it, an HPI, oh, what was it? Their stadium buggy, or the stadium truck thing. The older one. The transmission broke.
Wheelie
The
King?
idler.
No.
No,
It's
the idler gear broke on it. Like ECX. It's not ECX, but it's like that. It's a 41 tooth idler gear. We were out at the sand dunes. There's no one that has that part. There's no one that stocks the part on Amazon. HPI, until Horizon just took them back over, you couldn't get parts from them because they folded up their doors. And you know what I had to do? I took a dang pinion gear I had, a 41, drilled it out, and made it fit the shaft just to run for the rest of the trip while we were out of town.
And it worked all right.
But I know it worked okay. I know it's shredding other stuff inside there. But
It's the fact.
Was it the Blitz?
no, it was an odd name. Like, oh, I can't even remember.
It was a stadium truck, so it would have been 2-wheel drive, like a truggy.
Yeah. Yeah, they might.
I think
No.
that was their
it's
call to like the RC10 and the NXT
shot.
from Losi.
Jump shot.
Yeah, I had the Wheelie King for a hot second.
There's a
and it was
bullet.
Gone.
It was like that jump shot. Like it was kind of a throw off slash, but that's not what it was. It was like the HPI ECX 110 or something
No,
like
if it
that.
was an ECX, it's not HPI, but you're probably thinking of the HPI Ruckus or something like that.
There's also
Yeah.
the FTXs. There's a company called FTX also.
Anyways, doesn't matter.
Right.
Parts of those, a lot of companies went under and stopped manufacturing so that it is hard to get parts, but some of them are interchangeable, but it's pretty hard sometimes to find exactly which manufacturer or who's going to fit on it.
Yeah, that some of those companies use just a different thread pitch and pattern, and then you're just
Yep.
it ain't working. with, you get the bolt kit you got on, you got to replace every single bolt or what, do different things, make motor mounts that's the problem with some of those, like not quite hobby grade, right? Or at least they may not be quite hobby grade, but they don't have a huge following either, So like you wouldn't consider an SCX 24 hobby grade, but there's so many aftermarket parts and so many small companies making different things for it. They've become a hobby grade toy.
But it's also an axial. So you have to count that.
So you have
Yeah.
huge support.
The aftermarket support is there.
ECX is
Right.
Spectrum.
They came with the aftermarket support.
There's a stadium truck from them.
That's still
That's
not it. I got it.
Do they stop making the ECX circuit? It's a nice price.
I was gonna say somebody stole one of my thing. Not a lot of parts for ECX, that's for sure.
I don't think that was quite as popular as what they wanted it to be.
Yeah.
There are other ECXs that were more popular. Nope, he says they still sell them according to Guru.
What up, Guru? I can't see the chat.
I forgot to say, I was in the middle of a conversation. Hi, Dirk.
Hi, Dirk. Hi, everybody in the chat. I can't see the chat.
Here's Guru.
Chat. I can't see the chat. What up, G?
So here's the tournament. There's a Ruckus. Cricket. The amp tournament. Temper, I remember the temper. Here's an amp.
Oh, there's some slipper clutch stuff. Did you see that?
Yeah, that's some parts.
Their parts aren't that expensive.
So from ECX,
Is it HPI?
from ECX, you got
It was
Ruckus.
Helion. It's
Hey?
Helion, not
Oh, it's a Helion.
yes. This one.
Hold on.
I see. So it says Conquest XLR.
Yes. I told you I couldn't remember it for sure. But this is the one the transmission blew apart. It was only $150. Thank you.
So did your son win a lot of things at Axial Fest? Did he beat everybody else?
Don't be bringing stuff up like that, Brad. Some of us have still got bad feelings.
I'm sorry, Joe.
He did real well on the tough truck challenge. He didn't win, but on the SCX 24 course that Tony ran, they had stock and modified. So I ran my Maz truck and modified, and he ran his Jeep in stock. And I was in first place. So, yep, the cheat code XL. So I was in first place. He ran my truck too, and I still had him beat. Well, then I got a dang stock chassis SCX 24 with that 88 turn motor with the speed motor and transmission set up. He took the one, that's the one Tank commented on, that he destroyed the gate. He took that thing through, but he was so fast, since it was a timed event, he took out 2 gates and had a hand of God.
That's why I don't
And
like the
still
time.
And he still beat me by 20 seconds.
Yeah. See, it's not a rock racing event, and that's why I don't love the timed theory.
Well, Tony didn't want to run a full comp. He didn't know how many people were going to come out there. I mean, he got people through. The average time was 3 minutes or less. So being able to push people through the whole course, and that was the modified course, was 30 minutes or less, and that's with penalties. That's not actual runtime. But
Right.
he's pumping people through 2.5 minutes and letting them run as many trucks as they want, just not the same one twice.
Right.
So, I mean, I understand why Tony did it that way. It was super fun. I would do it again in a heartbeat. Just Jericho always finds a way to beat me at the last minute.
But he didn't win a tough truck. I did see him make it up the hill maybe in the second time around.
Yeah, there's some people that didn't
No.
make it up the hill, but Jericho made it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that was me. I flipped over.
You just had a horribly unlucky bounce. Like your truck was sailing right up it and then caught.
Oh
that
yeah, we
one-
was going.
Then it hit
Yeah.
the deep dust. Then it hit the deep dust and it stalled you.
He made it through
No.
the dust.
Oh,
I made it through the dust. I'm gonna blame it on the desert lizards. These things suck. I hate those things.
I'm gonna blame the 6200 battery hanging off the front of it.
No, I actually had a 5,000 in it then at that time.
I was running this with a dang 2200 like wedged right here.
the mud looked like it stopped a lot of people.
This truck did make it the farthest in the mud, and of the SCX6s I watched. This truck, because of the wheel speed, I was able to send it off of a solid ledge, and it had a pretty good hop in the mud.
It was a gray mud too. We're not even a.
Oh, that mud was nasty.
It was
It
gray, not muddy, not the regular mud color.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
that
called
was
it a tank truck.
that
I
was
just
woods
want to
mud.
point out, I'm okay with getting my RCs dirty, but you lost me at the swamp bridge, bro. That water looked like that shit stank.
Oh yeah, that was like the labyrinth, the bog of eternal stench.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
It actually didn't smell that bad. It just looked horrible.
Bruh.
It looked like it almost looked like quicksand.
That actually wasn't too bad. Like it was a little bit greasy on that bridge, but the 10th scale trucks actually wasn't really heavy enough to push it down into it. But
Yeah,
I
mean,
guess
Jericho
they
crossed it with
was
his monster.
yeah.
Cy-
Well, I guess
Cycle.
the SCX6s was really pushing down.
They're heavy,
Into that.
so they're so
Psycho is
heavy. They
asking-
got the
Psycho is asking if Zach can see the chat.
I cannot.
Okay.
I will
No,
try.
you can't.
the SCX. Sometimes their weight works against them, I guess too.
Yeah,
Seems like there was a lot of SCX6 over there.
there was.
Yep, there's quite a few.
It's definitely taken off and has its. The course they set up for it, it wasn't as good as Beat the Creek, but it was a tough course that they set through together for it, man.
Okay.
Now
We-
they
we
did do
did-
rock racing on it and tore it up some.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. We waited too late to do it.
I still think it would have been super hard.
So Josh, do you clean all your RCs after a comp like that?
I try to at least hose them down. I'm not as bad as Joe. Joe will tear a truck totally apart if it gets in the mud and water.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is I've had drive shafts fall out like on the next event and stuff, so I don't want to do that again. So I usually at least wipe them down, wipe the mud off of them, look for loose screws, shocks, drive shafts falling out.
Okay,
Look
fair.
at how bad dust can be just as bad.
Yeah, the dust was bad, but this one was in the mud. This is after hosing it off of the water hose.
Psycho says it was a joke. He doesn't need to see the chat.
Tell him to fuck off.
There you go.
I'm
I don't
over here
need-
digging through computers trying to find something that works, that has a battery charged. Like trying to figure out if I need to see this chat, if there's some important information.
Okay.
No, he was just giving you crap about S6.
I'm about to take a nap.
So I don't need to tell him what you just told to tell him, but
No, he heard it.
He heard
I
that.
think you heard it.
He heard it.
What's up? Like you was just chilling.
The bird is the word.
So Guru, how's that mass build going?
Which one?
Which one?
Whichever you're building.
I'm working on.
I'm not working on the mass bill.
Hey, Spin Rush is here.
If
So
you're talking about yesterday, I was just switching out all links on my old trucks
Okay.
that had stock links.
oh man, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Oh, stock links though. They weren't
Yeah.
Maz builds like where the
No,
sliders are on already.
I had to switch my mask went out to links, but that's the red, white, and blue truck. I posted
Right.
it. You didn't watch my shorts. You got to watch my shorts, man. Especially my last short. It was very revealing.
So yeah, Tank, I'm holding off on. I don't really need to mount my magnets in here yet. I could, but I always like to do them all at the same time.
Okay.
Sliders have been designed and are in the works for these trucks that will bolt right up to the Maz chassis and fit the WT Micro chassis.
Cool.
Yeah,
There's no estimated time of arrival. Could be a week, could be 2 weeks, but they're coming. The first sets are coming for testing, and we think they got the that design all right. They worked together on it, and so we'll see here in a couple weeks what that's going to look like.
Nice.
Look at that. You got brass in the middle, and it looks like you got two types of bead locks.
That's an Endura and a Maz.
It's an Endura wheel with a
Well,
Maz bead lock,
Yeah, with a Maz
and
bead
it's
lock
just
cover.
the brass hex extenders. I'd like to run those.
That's the Method Man, right?
That's the Method Man. Yeah.
There's a lot of different cuts on them if y'all want to go to Maz Design.
Yeah, I really like.
But,
This is the KOH right here. I really like this one.
Peeks, lets the other color peek through the other color.
yeah.
And that's called the King of the Hammer or the KOH
I don't
pattern.
see a difference.
Those
between
all
that
have
and the other one.
those have scale hardware on them.
Okay.
He does the carbon rings as well. There's a double
Orange.
star carbon ring.
There's orange.
Yeah, carbon fiber rings.
Yeah.
Cool.
I like the rings. I think it adds a touch of scale realism to a truck. It adds a little bit of beauty, and they work in the rocks. I mean, it's not really holding on a tire that size small, but when you're driving it into the rock and you're using that sidewall or that slash beadlock ring to get traction, all traction's good traction.
Cool.
So I had some stuff at the post office today, but I was in town too late and didn't get it. I had some oil shocks coming, and we have heard, and this was before the new design being worked on, you had to move your servo back a couple millimeters because it was interfering with the grill area of the print.
Okay.
They were notching out a little tiny notch right here, and that was clearing. But then the other fix for that is to get an adjustable servo mount. Mofo makes one. Everybody makes one now. Trio makes one. Endura makes one. The generic companies make them too. I think. What is that? OGRC makes one, which is basically they've just stolen all of Endura's ideas and put their name on it.
What vehicle's getting the oil filled shocks?
This has a set on them. I ordered another set of these because I like them. They're clean. I need to make an adjustment and bring them from this middle mount up to this corner mount and get me a couple extra millimeters of sag in my setup. So it's like the ride height is nice. I like a real low ride height.
Okay.
I don't like that monster truck look, that jacked up. And I just got them to have, Brad. I just got them to put in another rig somewhere. You know, I think my little black rig will probably get them.
It definitely will add a different characteristic the way it handles.
Yeah, this one right here probably end up with those in it.
All you really need is like two. You need two drops on them.
Yeah, they don't need much. I've already set these ones up. These work real good.
Yeah,
And they're just a couple of drops of 20 weight.
I did 30 weight.
You did, yeah. You said that, but that was just what you had on hand, and I think
I could have went upstairs, but I was just being lazy. I had the one that came with the element. It was 30 weight, so it was like, let me just throw that in there.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't. I bet it's not gonna. If you got a little bit of a heavy rig or run the softer springs in it, it's. I don't know, man. It's such a minute scale. There's not a huge amount of adjustment in there, even with oil.
Yeah.
You know, like there's no way to measure unless you're using a syringe to measure how much oil you put in each shock. So there's no way. But is that a measurable syringe?
The one upstairs that I use for shock oil, yeah, that's the one for.
So you could measure like
Going
4
for your
drops.
grease, right, girl?
Like 2 cc's.
You mean
You go by cc's. You go by cc's.
You could go by cc's, right? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's a way to do
from
it.
the hospital.
I'm just curious if you could really ever physically notice the difference. Like you'd have to put it on some kind of magic, like shock testing machine that has like, you know, I just don't know at that scale if you could test that. I mean, obviously you can test the sharpness of a razor down to 0, right? Like, but you know, the amount of money that it would cost to use a machine to test your SCX 24 shocks.
More than the vehicle.
Considering you're going to take a rubber band and compress them all if you want to run it as a comp rig to have your band.
Exactly. I love my bands, dude. I love bands. I got bands on everything. I'm a big proponent of, I carry them in my box. So if I see kids with a truck, I'm like, here, try some rubber bands. Right? Like it just works.
It made a huge difference on my cheat code.
Yeah, I love it. I think I have one that doesn't run them. Or here, I got something for you.
Yeah, see, let me see how they go on, man.
On this cheat code right here, I run 43 millimeter, you know, just RC Lions double barrels, right? Which is not recommended for a cheat code. It's recommended for a smaller, shorter shock. But I got a couple of them I'm fooling around. This is a JLU, so it's a C10 length chassis. They're in the standard positions for the shocks, and I run bands in the rear on this and no bands in the front. And actually, I just put out a video 2 days ago with, and it was tagged with Maz designs in it. Because I did a test. I went out and I put bands in the front, and it brought my ride height way down. It made it look real sick up front, like as far as
right,
like how it was riding down the trail. It looked real good, you know, like that. But going downhill, I kept having, you know, coming over cattywampus, bringing the tail over the top, right? And so then I was in a section and I just took the bands off real quick just to, because this rig has always wheeled very well for the small tires. I love it. It runs really, really good through the rocks. I was just trying something different with the bands, and I figured out this one particularly runs better with no bands in the front, but banded in the rear. Where this one runs bands all the way around and helps keep it so that it just gets a lot of push away. It doesn't have a lot of
Now,
like
show us
you
how
can't
to tie your bands. Show us how you can't-
Yes.
Yeah, I will.
That's what
I will.
was gonna say.
I got to get some better light going here.
you know how you have straps on the 10th scales? You could use rubber bands on the small ones like straps.
Yeah, that's exactly
That's
what we do.
exactly what I'm talking about.
Doesn't tell me how to install them.
No, I'll do it right now. I will install a
good.
set for you. Let me grab some bands. So
While we're waiting-
these are like little hair bands that come from Walmart. You get like 150 or 200 of them for
Okay,
$1.
so you get you get them ones. All right.
Yeah, and they
I was
come in
thinking
like
about them big rubber bands, but
No. See, this
Okay.
just fits on my thumb, right?
Mhm.
And this is actually one of the larger ones. I have.
Keith, you got to remember it is a 1/24th scale, not a
yeah,
10th or 1/6 scale.
yeah.
Bracelet
you have-
bands.
Tiny.
I have multiple different sizes
Yeah.
because they all come in the same pack. And then there's some you just don't always use, right? So with these different sizes, different, like a 32 millimeter shock is going to take one of these bands, right? Whereas a 43 millimeter shock is going to take one of those bands, right?
Those are smaller.
Yeah, they're the 32, 43. But you figure it out. I mean, literally, these are $1.17 for 250 of them or something. You buy them at Walmart in the hair aisle. So you take the band, stretch it out, and you go to the bottom of the shock. Here, let me take a tire off.
Thoughts in the chat?
Okay, can we see that shock?
hmm
All right, so we just take the band, we go around the bottom of the shock, right? We get behind it, and then we go to the top of it, and we go right over the top like that, and it just sits in there on each individual shock, and it just
That's
creates,
easy.
Hey,
it
Jason.
creates a limiter. It is the easiest, best way to limit your suspension and create the droop / sag that you want.
See, I did mine different than that. So I could still get side to side articulation. I cut the band, same size, ran it underneath the upper link, and then
Yeah.
ran it like a V, and I zip tied it to the front of my frame. So it still articulates side to side.
I've done it
And
both
not-
ways.
Mhm.
I've done it that way too. I used to use I used to take and put an extra pivot ball between the in the front of the forelink up here,
Okay.
and that would create something to hold a string. And then I would use braided fishing line, and I would put a little hole in one of these tabs up here, and I would bring that braided fishing line up and create a limiter. But I found that on this scale, because you're getting, if you have weight in your wheels, you're getting enough push away that you don't have to just center limit. You're not affecting your side to side as much as you would in theory. In real practice, you're not affecting it as much.
Right.
I see you got
In
your
theory-
shocks all the way up too, right? Yeah, I mean, you should do that and then put the bands on there.
Yeah, set your if you have oil in them, set them up the way you want. You know, put the amount of oil, get them set, put your preload where you want it, and then add bands and add different size bands to get different effect that you want. You got to do some testing. You can't just go one size fits all.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Hey,
not like
John.
that. We all know that.
hmm
So I like them. I think it works really well.
I'm gonna do that on mine.
I don't really run any trucks without it now. Like even a stock truck, this rig right here has wheels, tires, servo kit, but it has stock links, stock shocks. It's got bands on it.
Oh yeah.
You know, and if you take these bands off and go run it in my rocks right now, it runs different, not as well as if it has bands on it.
Mm.
So in practice, it works.
It adds a little more resistance too, I guess, to the way it flexes.
Absolutely. Instead of just being real wobbly, like, you know, like they really want to just wobble around stock,
Yeah.
it gives it a little bit more, like you said, resistance, a little more realism. I know it's not a 10th scale tank.
Yeah,
It's all good. To each their own. I got a few of them, but hey, if that's what you guys like, I have no problem
Well,
with that.
I just have the space for it. That's all, you know,
Yeah.
like,
That's fair.
and the budget.
Yeah,
I can build 2 or 3 of these for what 1/10 scale is going to cost me.
I don't know with all the upgrades. Well, I guess you do upgrade the 10th scale also. Some people go
Yeah.
on the upgrade on the 10th scale.
Yeah, don't fool me. You can't fool me.
Well, not everybody upgrades like crazy.
No,
Me,
but not
You
everybody
know,
upgrades like crazy on
24
these
scale
either.
like crazy.
Like, hey, this truck is a awesome running truck, and it's probably worth $220. Like parts, new motor, new servo, new wheels and tires, and you know, $220. This one doesn't wheel like twice as good as this one does, but it's definitely twice the cost.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
completely understand that, but you got to
So-
realize that your challenges are way smaller also. So any type of courses you build with it are going to be much smaller, which is still
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
It's just like the 1/6 scale, they go over anything that the 1/10 will go, no problem.
Absolutely.
It's just,
But what I'm saying is like these are both 24th scale.
Yeah.
For half the price, you can still have just as much fun as this. This one just looks cooler on the fucking shelf.
mhm.
It looks cooler when you sign up and say, "Yeah, I got my Maz chassis JLU. It's a bad mofo, right?" Hey, I got my Grizzly Works chassis JLU too, and she's a bad bitch as well. You know, like
Mhm.
I think there's a middle ground for everybody. Like you could find happiness. You don't have to go the full tilt boogie. And the same thing goes for 10 scale. I've heard nothing but good things about the, God damn it, I can't remember the name of it. There's a 10th scale buggy that they make. It's axial. God
A buggy
Capra.
from Axial?
The Capra.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the Capra.
I've heard
Yeah.
nothing but good things, and with very little upgrades, similar to doing something like this one, a new servo, some wheels and tire upgrade, maybe some links, you know, shock adjustment here and there. Like West Desert Wheeler just did a profile on one the other day, or maybe it was an old video I watched. But like, if I was going to jump into the 10 scale game, I'd probably get a Capra. You know, it's a nice running rig. They look great. They come at a great cost. You know, like
Great choice. Great choice.
like what are you really trying to do? I've already built a 1-to-1. Like I'm not trying to build this again.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to build that again, dude. You know how much money that cost me? A
tens
lot.
of thousands
At
of
least.
thousands of dollars.
Right. And
At
then you
least
never get the
$50.
money you put into it out of it. So it's all good. I literally have so much fun going out to the rocks in the afternoon and playing with one of the 2 or 3 of these trucks.
Yeah.
And like I get lost, man. I'm lost in that little world out there when I got my camera going. You know, I'm editing a video right now. That's why I'm charging that tablet. I need to edit.
Cool.
I love it. But I need to leave this town soon.
Go back to the east.
I need to go back to the east. I just found out I have a wheel bearing going bad on my car, though. I have to fix that this week.
That's a good idea to fix that before you go.
Yeah, you don't want to drive 3,000 miles with a Hummer.
No.
It won't
Unless
be a
she's in the
Hummer
back seat.
anymore.
But driving
That's-
3,000 miles while getting a Hummer is a different story.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a totally different deal right there, you know?
Yeah.
And that's not what she said.
No.
Is it an H1 or an H2 or an H3?
Yeah.
H2.
Neither of the. No, I have a WRX, but
Oh,
He's
okay.
just saying the wheel bearing will be humming.
yeah, it hums already. She's a Hummer.
Yeah.
Sean would say that's still good for another 30,000 miles.
Oh yeah, Sean. Yeah, wait until it see the bearings fall out. And
Yeah, wait till you see it smoking next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah,
just
I'm
wait
good,
till it
man.
locks. Wait till it locks up on the side of the road, and then you fix it.
Or
Yeah,
you lose,
no
or you lose
thanks.
your tire and rim.
That just seems like a bad fucking day, dude.
30 degree tire angle. That's when it's time to change it.
Yeah, right.
That's basically what happened to, well, not really what happened to Tony from CCXRC with his Jeep. His axle actually broke off of his Jeep. I was kind of freaked out when he actually moved from wherever he was to the other place.
He was in Michigan. He was in Michigan. He was leaving his mom's to head up to Grand Rapids, and it
Yeah.
broke.
Bummer.
It just snapped off.
Yeah.
I mean, when you build a real one-to-one, like I used to just carry, you carry spare axles with you. Like it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah, but
wearing.
when it's your regular everyday vehicle.
Yeah, no, that's horrible.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing when it lives on a trailer and spends
Yeah.
most of its life in the shop.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's why he bought himself a big 250.
I mean, hey, if I came into a bunch of money, I would probably build a nice Jeep again, like a Rubicon or something that could be driven to the trail, but could still be put down. Because there's so many, like, RC4 or not RC four-wheel drive, but I'm sorry, there's big four-wheel drive companies that make so many good bolt-on components. You put air lockers and something like that. You get Yukon axles for it, gears. Dude, the thing's a runner.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You can run the whole Rubicon and something like that and then drive it to the casino.
Mhm.
But once again, like I said, I'd have to come into a bunch of money for that.
Yeah.
So, hey Zach,
Yeah, boss.
yeah, what do you think of the low C motorcycle?
I try to stay to my lane. You know what I mean? Like I'm an SCX 24 guy, gang, But hey, if people are into that, I'm in. Soon as I saw it, I said the weak point is the triple tree. Because you have no like ability to like suck up a little bit of suspension with muscle, right? You're not pulling up on your handlebars on that thing as you're going through the whoops at 30 miles an hour, whatever it's doing. So someone already broke one of those, the shocks off the front of one of those.
Yeah, because it landed on its head and it pushed over and behind the forks.
Okay,
And it
well,
was
what the
jumping
fuck, dude? What do you think it's gonna do?
Yeah,
It's a toy for kids.
It broke
Designed
a little
to jump.
plastic piece. Okay.
Right? Like it's designed to jump. And I get it. They're gonna come out with metal triple trees and they're gonna do all that. I think it's neat, but I'm not into toy motorcycles. So the kids that are gonna love it. I've heard it's the best RC motorcycle that anyone's ever driven.
Yeah,
sounds
that's what I
like
heard.
it. But
So-
you gotta keep in mind, it's got the gyro in it. So when you jump, the gyro really helps keep it straight.
Absolutely. Yeah, that
Well-
changed the game for it, I think, is having the gyro in
For
it.
him, he must have turned something off that permits it to do wheelies in the air or land. So
It
he
has a
kind of-
mode for wheelies.
Yes, it does. But like one guy said, he took a jump off of it, put it in wheelie mode, landed on the back wheel and just kept going. So it was really cool and awesome. I
Yeah,
can see
yeah.
that happening. Now, as soon as you start doing stunts with them, just like the other guy did, he landed on his head. That's
Uh-huh.
when you're going to see breakage because you're
Yeah.
Of course.
you're
Landed on your
pushing the
head.
RC to do what it wasn't designed to do.
You're landed on your head.
Stunts and
Even
like,
though they show it jumping
Yeah.
in the ad.
It did a Keith.
Even
Yeah.
though they show it jumping in the ad, that's the thing. They're going to
So-
advertise that to people as a machine that can do jumps.
Hey, does everybody see what Hakeem is doing?
He's scratching
he
his
doing?
head because he's building the Tamiya.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a
looking
book.
at
Kicking his
something.
ass.
Hey, G, just box that thing up and sell it to somebody. Don't trip.
No, He said if I did when we were running doing a
Okay, Brad,
online.
Brad, just drop it. Just drop it, Brad.
He was just joking. He was just joking, bro. He was just.
In with the nose, out with the mouth.
Hey, how are you,
Sarge, how you
Jason?
doing?
Well. How about y'all?
I know
What's
Jason
up,
likes that
Sergeant
motorcycle.
Doing?
Hell yeah, I'm gonna get that thing, man. I'm gonna wait a little while, but I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna send it too. It's going to the moon.
What's up, Sergeant?
22 miles an hour. Send it to the moon.
42 mile an hour.
Yeah, send it to the moon.
Mine's gonna go way faster than that. Yep.
You think?
I'm gonna turn it into a sport bike.
Is that the dirt bike that goes 42 miles an hour?
Yeah, that Veloci goes
that's a
42
stock
miles an
speed.
hour. That's
Wow,
top
that's
speed.
crazy. With the two
But
C.
I already seen
Or
seen
2S?
modifications you could do to it. Yeah, it runs 2S.
Why do you got blue stuff on your belly?
He's gonna get all the metal
Blue stuff on your belly.
metal sprockets and stuff like that, and put those tires on it. There's like 3 different types of tires for it now.
Yeah, Proline partnered with them when they released it to do different types of setups. So you got like a supermoto style, and you got your dirt bike stuff.
Yeah.
Which I think is super smart. Like that's going to grab the market at a couple of different ends. You're going to get the moto guys in the dirt, and you're going to get. There's a ton of people out there that love that. What was that? It's not MotoGP.
Supermoto.
It's Supermoto. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I
Because
have a buddy
you
who
can
does
get a whole
nothing but
on-road racing
supermoto.
thing going. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. I'm
gonna be-
I
into
think
it.
it's got its own lane. For
That's what it
Yeah,
is, man. It has its
definitely.
own lane, and there's gonna be people that are like
even if
into that
it's just
stuff.
dirt oval or a
Yep.
dirt figure 8. Like you could have it to where that final crossover jumps over to the next part and go down.
Sure.
And that's enough for people to line them up and race them.
And I think for a motorcycle that's the right scale to come out. Those small scale motorcycles, it just doesn't seem like that much fun. But a bigger scale one like that, where you can actually get into some doubles, go to the BMX track and like run it, that seems fun. I just don't buy things that I know I'm not going to use.
Oh yeah.
That quarter scale is
that.
now. The quarter scale is now the ready to make quarter scales. That's the biggest thing made that's ready to run now.
Well, Guru say like a Tamiya.
No, I didn't say Tamiya.
I thought Guru said that.
I did.
Like a Tamiya.
Guru's working on a Tamiya.
Because I
He's
lost
got
a
the
bet.
Tamiya
I ain't gonna
Bible
say I
out.
lost a bet. I told Brad I would buy one and work on it on his show if he would just work on the damn RC and he allowed me to taste the flavor of my damn shoes.
Because he worked on an RC for like 10 minutes.
Right, that's about he did. About 10 minutes.
Yeah,
No,
he
I
just
Start
actually
coming
got
on
the
your
time
on this
limit.
live and drifting that car on your live, Brad.
I was working on it the whole time you were on.
You should still be working on it.
Actually, I was working on. I'm finished with that car. That was.
No,
You should be working on another one.
I'm in the process of. I did some work this weekend on the wild one.
Okay, Rocky.
Hey,
Excuses. I hear
I
excuses.
thought Muhammad Ali was good at ducking and shoving and shuffling back.
Yeah, right.
That's
Bro,
right.
You
Learn from
just
Rocky.
did a politician move right there, bro. You got my vote. Run for president.
You got my vote.
Brad's a king.
Yes.
A Tamiya in every
Home.
home. Yeah.
Everybody should have a Tamiya at home or a WL Toys, right, Brad?
If they want a WL toy, I prefer them to have a Tamiya.
Tamiya in every lunchbox.
That's nice.
Oh man,
Do I need to
WL
go up to
toys.
the wall?
Oh my god, get that out of here.
Should I go up to the wall, sir?
I tried WL toys and I gave up. I was like, nope, can't do it.
Got their Guru.
I got some Mazzmatazz too.
Oh yeah, come at it. Come with it, dude. Son, what you need, what you want. You looking?
I got some Mazzmatazz.
Mazzmatazz.
Yeah, but see, mine, you're going to see the mask going when I'm leaving and when I'm coming.
Mhm.
Yeah, Keys in the
And
background
yes, I
talking about
have
some
oil
Keys.
shop.
What the hell you doing, Keys?
Mhm.
Ah.
Sound hella creepy back there, man.
Keith always sounds little.
They can spotlight. They can each spotlight stuff.
Yeah, you should spotlight Hakeem.
I did. I spotlighted Akeem and Zach.
Yeah, you showed it. The mask.
Mazmataz. You
I
should tell
really
him that.
love these axles. They work really good, man.
I love them.
I love them.
Yeah,
Have you run them
bam.
much? No, have you run the new portal axles very much?
My portals don't get here tomorrow. Don't do
Oh,
no
okay.
stuff. Don't do that.
Oh, I've been running mine from Hey, I've been running mine for
Mazmataz.
months. I've been running mine for months. They're great
Yeah,
little
I
axles.
know. Okay.
I'm not putting it in your face. I'm just saying they're great little axles.
Put it in his face.
He's trying to get you hyped up, man. That's what he's trying to do.
That
Yeah,
what Joe said?
hype
Put it in
him
his
up.
face, or did Joe say that?
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Just do it.
Listen,
Dangle it out there.
I don't know what the fuck I just did with that. I just dropped a driveline piece.
If you don't have a set, there should be one in the cart.
Brad,
What?
You know, since
you
I'm
can't
here,
open
I might
that
as well start
until on
breaking this down.
Tuesday.
So what kind
It is
of
Tuesday.
What do you mean?
The package I sent you.
You mean next
Yeah.
Tuesday?
You have to open it on a Tuesday when it gets there.
see you next Tuesday?
Yeah.
So if you receive the package, don't open it until next
Until
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Don't mind the ticking. Definitely not a glitter bomb.
Yeah. Don't
He
mind the
laughing
ticket.
like Brad laughing like I ain't gonna be able to hold
Don't
out.
mind.
Yeah, right.
Hey.
He ain't gonna be able to get in the house. He'll be opening it up.
So when I came back
Open
from
it to
Florida,
make sure it was all there.
when I
Yeah,
came back to Florida, they have at the border services, they have a camera that they take a picture of you. So I'm there taking a picture, lining up, and the machine tells me, "Take off your mask." I don't have a mask. Like, take off your mask. I don't have a mask because I got a white beard. They thought
Right.
I had a mask. So the machine asked me like 5 times, like, come on.
That's so funny.
Wait.
No, they knew you were a criminal tank because you're living in Canada.
Right.
I thought that was Australia, the land of criminals.
Well, the on-road series is turning out pretty good. Last time I had 3 guys show up with me, so we were 4. The previous time. This time we were 7 guys, which we doubled
that's
the
cool.
people.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
a town that's 2.5 hours away from me asked me to go there and actually host a on-road series there. So
Cool.
we're
Where?
going there on the mid of the month to Pembroke to actually do an on-road with this short course truck and the on-road cars. Should be fun.
That's cool.
You know where you're gonna do it there, Tank? In just the parking lot, or are you got a spot picked out already?
The parking lot in the marina.
Oh,
Hey, Keith, Dirk is asking if you got his package.
yeah, I got it. I didn't.
Yes,
I
he did.
told you earlier, Dirk, but you probably didn't hear me. Thank you.
Hakeem, I should be sending this to you tomorrow, probably.
Okay.
Got some goodies in there.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
My cat's like my dog. It's scratching it and her back foot's moving.
So it's like Christmas now. Everybody's sending each other gifts.
Yeah.
All right, I got John's to send out this week.
It's
And
the spring
and
cleanup.
what about
Same
my
here.
battery?
I gotta print it. Buddy. I haven't
And
forgot.
Sarge, I'm gonna package yours up probably tomorrow. I got some boxes.
Nice.
And just so y'all know, I'm not sending anybody anything.
I probably have to rent a dolly to get Sarge's to the
Whoa.
post office.
I got to order more
Oh.
channel stickers.
So
That's
what's
what
that,
I need to do
this
is
a
get
regular size
stickers.
servo?
The what?
What's that?
Is this a regular size servo?
All we see
No,
is your
that's the
head.
menu. That's the menu. It should say in the directions.
It's in 8 different damn languages, bro. I ain't got my glasses on.
Oh, it's also in English. Trust me, it's in English.
You only
too.
need to read the one language.
Yeah.
You can
Pick
change
one
the
and
language,
read it
move
all
to
the
the
way
next.
through.
Which kit is that? Which kit are you talking about?
The little mini lunchbox.
Mini lunchbox.
Probably a
It's
mini
You got a
servo.
Tamiya kit? Oh my God.
Where have you been? He had it since last week.
I didn't notice.
That's fine.
Been in Florida.
He's
Yeah,
on to
I
my
think he was
punishment.
offline. I think he had left by then, like right
He's
when
on-
I came in.
Yeah. He probably did. He told us last.
It's a
week.
punishment, though.
It's not
Yeah.
a punishment. What are you talking about, Zach?
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure they
It
use
is a
regular
punishment.
servo. I'm pretty sure the regular servos.
A micro servo.
You don't have to go crazy for the weight, but if you have just some regular old servo, you can throw that in there.
I was
Okay.
gonna say,
Also,
throw a stock 24 servo in there. You'll be good.
For
Ugh.
real?
Don't ever throw. The only place to throw a stock 24 servo is the trash.
In the
Do
car.
not put a 24 scale servo
You
in
don't
there.
fix that till it breaks.
Yeah.
But I'm just
Yep,
saying,
and that's where they go after they break.
he's just putting it. He's putting it together to make a quick little video of it and then put it on the shelf. That'll work.
Hey,
No, it's
If
going
you
in the
need a-
garage.
you know?
It's a 24 scale. It can fit in the garage.
That looks like a Savage.
You know,
That
On
is
the
a
Hey.
side of
savage.
the garage, baby. And it's got some cool little stickers.
If you need an AX24, I have a couple. I'll send them to you or whatever.
No,
This
that's way too
AS1.
The
You
You shouldn't
AS1.
be
AS1.
sending anybody anything.
Yeah.
Well,
Nah,
if it's
I
an
got
AS1,
AS1.
it's either going to the trash or the mailbox.
They're no good.
It's gonna
No,
cost you
they're
more
no
to
good.
ship it. It's gonna cost more
I've
to
had
ship
one
it
last
than
me
what the
like
servo's
10
worth.
minutes before.
Are you friggin' kidding me?
Yeah, it's a stock SCX thing, dude. It's the first thing you have to
Is
replace.
that what I got on mine?
Yes.
Yeah, but you don't
AS1
have
You have to
right here.
replace it.
It's a steering wheel.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to
Hey,
replace those.
you know what?
dude.
That's
The
good
little
for
AS,
that.
this AS1 has been turning these tires since I got it. So
Which
I don't
tires?
know. These are the monster truck Enjoyer tires for SCS.
Yeah, there you go. See, I had one of my nephews, dude, lasted him
It's weird.
until we replaced it. But I've had one go out in 10 minutes before too.
Yeah,
So they're
Yep.
just
they hit
they're
miss
not
for
good.
sure.
Have one
Yeah.
on standby.
I had one in my Capra for a dig
I-
servo, and it went out quick.
Too bad
real
Sang
quick.
isn't here. He built one, and I swear it's either a shorty or it's a regular.
It's a
I'm
shorty.
gonna have to get another
It's a
servo.
shorty. I
Then.
see it.
Okay.
I mean, an Emax works great for the replacement for that. You know, if you're willing to go to that level, the
It's gonna be a steering wheel.
Nah, you
Servo.
good with that.
yeah, that's good for that.
I think it'll be
Okay,
fine
you
for a
know.
steering wheel. You're not pulling any weight. Like Sarge just
No.
said, he's got one that's pushing monster truck tires with weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that shit, it's been working, man. It's just it's weird that it keeps
I'm gonna
Yeah.
figure out how to
Well,
put
it
it in
is
and
It's
take
just
it out
so-
if it goes. But
Sometimes they last, and most of the
Yeah.
time they don't.
I just
like I
don't want
said,
to put it in and
you
have
know,
it not
right.
last for a second.
It's a luck
One
of the
on my
draw.
nephew's
Roll the
truck.
dice.
Because it's gonna be a pain in the butt to take it out. But
See, for when I look at this servo right here, this looks like a one
A 110.
1/10 servo here in the back.
Yeah.
I need to order some.
That's what one
See if I can
says.
find some RPM arms for the Savage.
It's a regular 110 scale or a shorty. You could put either in there because that's what I do. You could put a shorty in a Tamiya or a
It looks
regular
full
standard
size.
one.
It goes all the way to the back here. So
And don't forget, you can
It
make
says
that
it's,
four-wheel steering.
It's let me see here, 48 to 50 millimeters wide from screw hole to screw hole, and 15 to 29 millimeters on the bottom with 12 to 16 on the top.
What is that scale, Tank? Is that
124 scale.
124? Oh, it's 124.
He wanted to stay in his realm that he's in now, so he wanted to get a 124 scale to buy him. You can make them 4-wheel steering too, by the way, Hakeem.
Did?
Yep.
So short.
Yeah, you know he gonna do it.
You need, there's a
Right here, 2-channel radio in a standard size servo.
Standard size servo.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's it.
Oh, 25.
Did anybody notice that new Fury Tech remote with the 4-wheel steer on it?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Sweet.
Pretty
tiny
cool.
there's a
Makes me wanna
part
build a 4-wheel steer rig.
that, by the way, the lunchbox, you need I think there's a little extra part that you need to make it 4-wheel steering unless it comes in the package. I'm not quite sure. But it's either in there or or it's a little extra part that's not very much.
Well, you got to get a front axle.
Well, it's the front axle already is set up to take it.
No, what I'm
Compared
saying
to
is
rear.
a rear axle cannot be just switched to
Oh,
4-wheel steer.
it's identical to the front. No, it's identical to the front one.
Yeah.
Identical to the front one.
Oh, so it already comes and you just gotta add the pieces to make it
Yeah,
work.
just that, yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I had a
That's a different way to do it.
RC like
Plus-
that too. It just had a
It-
metal
it-
bar in the back.
It also has like a strut-like suspension on it too. It has tiny little spring.
That's
Had a
what
metal
she
bar in the
said.
back, and you could just take the metal bar off and put a servo in there, and had 4-wheel drive. I had 4-wheel
Huh.
steer.
Interesting.
Akeem, Psycho wants to know, how does the body for the mini lunchbox measure up to the SCX 24? Just
It's different. It's just different, right, Hakeem?
just wait, I'll spotlight you.
Shorter wheelbase.
Oh yeah, way shorter.
Yeah,
wheel.
much shorter. You could do, hey, didn't someone just like Rock Wolf, didn't he make like a mini Jeep where the wheelbase was shortened? He used like all front links off of a C10 or something and made a little tiny Suzuki. That
I mean,
somebody
that's-
just shortened one.
You remember the original Willys was short wheelbase.
Right. Yeah, there you go. Is that the chassis for it?
No, this is a low seat.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's that little low seat that upper left loves.
Yeah.
What's that called? A night crawler? Ain't that what it is?
The micro crawler.
At least Hakeem can just put decals on it because it's already painted.
Here's
The
what
mud mat.
Jericho won. Talking
But
about
believe it-
SCX 24.
Believe it
you
or
go.
not, Zach, they have a Suzuki in the mini lunchbox chassis. It's called the Mud Mat. It looks just like a Suzuki, an old.
What's
Oh,
that?
nice.
The Mighty Eagle?
Yeah, he won the Mighty Eagle, brass axles, the mount, the baby Goliath motor, and the steering motor.
No. Okay. What was the difference?
What's the
The
difference?
difference on what?
The Eagle, what was it? The baby Goliath and
The baby Goliath is the motor. It's
Huh?
the baby Goliath is the bigger motor.
right.
And then the Mighty Eagle is a little
The
bit
servo.
bigger.
Okay. I meant the other servo, the Mighty, whatever the other one
The
was.
Chihuahua,
Chihuahua.
the mighty Chihuahua.
The Mini Chihuahua.
The Mighty Chihuahua is
Servo.
a lot like the Reese 99.
It's all bark.
It might be exactly the same.
That's all Mark.
Hey, Guru, you know what servo you need to stick with, son.
Psycho says Jim made a short Jeep with shorter links.
Right. He used like 2 front sets of C10 links or something like that.
What's
Or
that?
like he did something where it shortened it up. I think it was 2 front sets.
On what?
You know, Jim, dude, he's always building something new and different. So he built a Suzuki style, like wheelbase. You know, instead
Like
of a
a Jeep.
JLU, it's more like a Suzuki or like a, you know, the old single cab Jeeps, like a CJ or whatever, or YJ.
Okay.
I
got the camper body. I mean, the Amazon looking
the
camper
Endura body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go with
With the clear
Gladiator rear.
panels.
Gladiator
I want to
rears.
go Gladiator rear and front. I mean, Gladiator rear in the front and Gladiator rear in the back.
Gladiator rear. Listen, Gladiator rear and
For the
C10
bang
rear
bang.
in the front.
And C10 rear in the front.
Yeah, and it's banging then.
Okay.
I can send you a picture. My buddy has one.
Okay, because I want it to look like and crawl like a baby Capra.
Oh yeah, it's capered out then.
Yeah.
The double Gladiator length makes it too long. It wants to sit down on itself then, you know, like wants to put the belly down on the ground.
Heard.
And then run like see if you can get some 43, you know, you could run double barrels.
I got a pair of double barrels.
Or you could run like a set of the what are these called? I can't remember.
Is that a Savage?
The
Yeah, it's a Savage.
Starts with a C.
There you go, Sarge.
The what?
I have a cage on mine.
That looks sick.
It does look nice.
That's cool.
Is that you converted to electric?
Yeah, this one's electric.
What is that?
That's a Savage.
That's a Savage.
Savage.
HPI Savage.
I like what you did with that.
And I got all metal upgrades for the link.
Those are some long ass shocks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they
Look at these shocks, man.
Yeah, what are those, like 190s?
Oh, heck long. I don't know how long they are, but they're freaking long.
I forgot. I don't remember. I gotta look it up. I got the manual right. I can tell you.
Big as a mother.
Yeah, but I was gonna run Endura.
Yeah, just Endura or those, you know, the RC Lions or whatever brand you like, whatever color they.
Frank has to run in Savage.
And then brand
The
them.
shock shaft
they
itself
run
is
great.
86 millimeters.
Who?
The shock shaft itself is 86 millimeters.
Just a shock shaft is 86 millimeter.
And that's not including the body. So think about that.
So the spring, so you have a size, I guess, a reference there. 117 millimeters is a spring. It's a long spring. That's a long ass shot.
So they're huge.
Yeah.
So
I need to tune all of them too. Have
like
you done anything to
120?
your shocks, Tank?
Are they the same size as the riff?
They still feel good.
The riffs run 120s.
This is definitely total length. It's probably about 130 something. If you include the ends and all that.
Yeah, it'll take a lot of compression when it jumps.
Yep, that's what it's known for, man. These things can take a hit.
Hey, did you
It
see
used to
that?
be the king of bashers.
Did you see that 12S video I sent you? That guy with the low C.
Was it Rocky?
If I
What are you talking
measure the
about?
shock, I'm measuring the shock from bolt to bolt. I got 160.
Wow.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, that
And
makes sense then.
that's attached.
I was
or
underestimating.
unattached?
That's attached to the truck.
Yeah, so it's probably more like 180 with no compression, or you have it pulled out. I see. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, it's all the
160
way.
extended. That's a big shock.
So yeah, I sent
this
you that
motor
one where
looks
that guy
nice too, man.
he got 81 miles an hour on the beach. On
So
that
what
fifth
this-
tail.
What this little
Which truck was it? Because I didn't watch that video yet. I was too busy today.
I sent it to you, so you could probably find it.
Was that good?
Actually, you know what? Let me look it
I
up
say,
now.
what ESC this take? A little 1040?
No, the ESC you can get any like little hobby wing, like a 25 amp would fit in there. The little 25 amp 10 with hobby wings. You could get one of those. Was it a 1060? It's not 1060. 10 something. 1025 or
1080,
like
isn't it a 1080?
no,
No,
no.
1080 is 10 scale.
You don't
Yeah.
need a full size ESC for that if you don't want.
Okay.
Put 6S in there, Guru.
Lights on
If you
this
can find a
motherfucker.
battery, you can find a battery that small.
Just see if we could.
I'm gonna try and find a little surpass brushless for this little.
I mean, at that point, you're just making a bomb. You're just making a
ESC I
motorized
have-
bomb.
ESC I have in here
size
right.
of my thumb, bro.
If that is that a 370 size? If it's 37, that's a 370, not a 380. It's a 370.
It'll work.
The ESC I have in my Savage is a 1/8 track star, 150 amp.
Yeah, there's some hobby wings that were specifically made for the small scales, by the way, Hakeem.
Yeah.
Let me
I
see.
got a. I got a 116, 118s.
1025. I think it's a 1025, isn't it?
No, I can't remember what the hell it is.
I swore I saw a 1025 today on someone's video. Oh, Nanny, the guy from Italy, he said he got the wrong thing for his Associated, so he got a 1025. He showed a 1025. He eventually got the 1060. 1025 is really
You
what you
sent
need
me
on
something with a laser nut. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. Well, I did send you something with a laser nut, but something else.
Good, look at that.
Laser these nuts.
What the hell you over there laughing at? What happened?
You could technically fit one of your 124 scale.
1025. The little easy run 1025 look like it's about this big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're working with a small size vehicle.
What?
Yeah.
He's got a 24 scale there. He doesn't need a full size. What the?
We don't need no stinking 24 scales.
What's that? A9.
Dude, you know what you need to do is get yourself Lizard Pro, get yourself one of them gosh darn thingy bobbers over there. Tell you what, hook it up and run it.
Put a Fury Tech in this boy.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you, dude?
Well, they give you an option to put whatever electronics you want in it. Get out of there, Guru.
Get after it.
Blow this boy up. Y'all
Get one of
gonna
them
see what
cedars.
Good luck trying to keep it on its wheels, son.
It's got a wheelie bar.
Yeah, I know, but it still can flip to the side.
You just set that dual rate, just narrow up that dual
Yeah,
rate so you don't got much steering.
If you set it up with the force steer, you just cock the wheels like this and just gun it, and it'll probably catch something and flip it back over.
Right.
It'll show you the optional parts for it, and one of them I think is the 4-wheel steering setup.
I think I'm gonna do that.
I love these plastic drive lines and hate them all at the same time.
I'm all right with them. I got so many of them.
I wish I was home and had my tools.
But you know, yeah,
traveling.
But at least he knows that his
Wish you was
mini
home
lunchbox is 4-wheel drive.
man.
Don't forget your mini lunchbox 4-wheel drive, and I'm sure you know that. So
That's why I said cock the wheels like they
Four-wheel
go in a
drive, 4-wheel
circle
steer.
and just
Yeah, crab walk them and gun it.
Yeah,
he could probably
big
set it up to
monster
do crab
truck,
walk.
big monster truck tires like that. Yeah.
there are the Mud Mad comes with the rally type tires that can be fit on there too if you want it. There's two types
Mud
of tires.
mat.
It's called the Mud Mad. It looks like the Suzuki, like I told you.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah,
you were talking about like a mat that he pulled behind him to make the mud smooth for the next guy.
No.
You know what I mean? Like you're covering, like pulling branches behind your horse so they can't tell where you're at. Right?
Yeah.
Cleaning the trail as you go. Man, I need to just go to the shop and use the grinder.
Uh-oh. Don't grind too long. It's a 1/24th, so it won't grind.
Hey,
There won't be nothing left.
hey, you don't talk about my scale that way.
Said it won't be nothing left. Damn.
Are you gonna get ball bearings for it, or are you gonna use the bushing?
It's like going to the grinder and going, darn, I went too far.
Yeah.
Start over.
It's like just turning on the grinder. Oh shit.
What I'm pretty good at putting a tape line on little parts like that where I know that if I get to the tape line, like don't go any further.
Yeah, it's like going like this and where the heck the tape go?
Oh yeah.
I ground too far. Yeah, you probably have small 1/24 scale ball bearings that will probably fit that. Guru.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Make them.
You probably have some 24 scale ball bearings that'll fit in that thing, unless it comes with 10 scale ball bearings. I mean, you need to put. I'm sure you're gonna put ball bearings in it.
I wouldn't worry
That
about the
thing's a
bearings.
trailer queen, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna sit on the shelf. Don't put bearings in there.
He doesn't drive cars.
Gonna put all aluminum gears in it so they get dirty, Brad.
But
Hey,
they won't rust.
You talking about the 620 mini 4-wheel drive seal bearing kit?
Yeah.
Already ordered it.
That's a possibility. That's only $10. I'm looking for the servo though. I don't mean the servo, the ESC.
It should show you the setup of how to
Oh,
set up an
shit.
ESC system on it and everything.
Here we go.
What you got?
I'm drilling out my window.
What you got to drill it out for?
So I can mount it. I just don't want to glue it. I want to put some screws in it too.
Yeah, Fast Eddie's makes ball bearings for the mini lunchbox.
It's my go-to right there. I've been messing with the Fast Eddies. Man.
Yeah, I got Fast Eddies for my Outcasts.
Jim's bearings. Go local.
Jim's Bearing is Ohio.
I usually do both, either one of those. Yeah.
Where is he at?
I got it right here.
Shoot, I can't remember where he's from.
Oh, his name is Jim
I'd have to-
Lewis.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up.
He has
at Beat the Creek.
Jim at jimsbearings.com is his email. Jim Lewis. What was he at the other things too?
He goes to a few events.
Uh-huh.
He's a pretty good guy. If he doesn't have a kit, you can email him the list and he'll build kits. Like his website now has the bearing kit for the Sendero Element Sendero SE because it comes with bushings, and I give him the list and it's on there now. You can buy it.
Look at that. He even has a centimeter ruler on the back of his card. It says enjoy 10% off the next purchase of jimsbearings.com by using a 10% saved at checkout.
How am I not seeing? I'm looking for a 12S video you sent me, and I'm not seeing it, Brad.
I'm
I even checked deleted stuff too, and I don't see it. Weird. Do you remember what the
That's
car name
weird.
was?
I would have to go back. You have to go to YouTube and go back a couple of days. I don't think
Oh
you
my
might be.
goodness. Is it really worth it?
Yes, because it's a 12S and he would love it. It does 81 miles an hour. 5th scale.
How much? Did you
12S.
just say 1,000?
No, 81.
81 miles an hour. 5S. Not 12S.
Quick on 12S for a big ass truck.
Dude, my car goes 81 miles an hour. In second gear.
I'm muted and talking to Guru. This is the kit, Guru, you need to convert your truck to a 4-wheel steering.
Oh, business.
So at A main, you're looking at $10 to get that done.
That's not bad at all. Look at that.
But then you got to count a servo
Amen
too.
now.
And a servo.
No, that connects to the front servo also.
What?
One servo does it all.
That's cool.
Gotta be.
You better get you
kidding
a strong
me.
servo then, Guru.
That's why I guess you need a. That's why you need a regular standard servo.
Yeah, I got a 20 sitting around. One of them Amazon Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Even Tamiya has upgrades for their little mini lunchbox.
What the
Yeah.
hell?
There you go, though. You're talking about a company like Tamiya that's been around since Tamiya, dude.
And you can get a RC ball caster for the wheelie bar at the back. So here's
Dude,
How
you
long they
need
been
it
around since who?
since time of winner.
They've
Look
been
at that.
building RC since the mid 70s.
It's like
Yeah, I
having
get
a
it.
little third wheel, a fifth wheel here in the back.
Okay.
Another $10.
He'll get it situated. I'm hoping he has more fun with it than he expects.
Well
He
put.
already is. Brad,
Well
he
put.
already is.
Ooh. It's
I don't know,
basically a stunt. It's a little stunt vehicle, is what it really is.
I think it's going to be too much for him. That's too much of a truck.
Too much power.
Yeah,
There's too much of a what?
too much,
Too
of a
much
truck.
power. Too much truck for
power.
you.
Too
He's
much
saying
truck,
too much
yeah.
truck.
Put your eye out. Exactly. Mhm.
Think you should change it up a little bit. Check out my YouTube and check out my newest short that I just posted.
Did Zach just leave?
That means I got to find your YouTube channel. You're making me
I
work.
know.
there.
I'm sorry. It's worth it. Trust me.
It's worth it.
You don't need it.
Yeah, you do.
Zach
Should be
left.
proud.
I'm on my way.
It's a song. It's called. Said I'm on my way. So who's all in the room today? Not the panel, the regular room. Hey, Eric.
Is this your channel?
Yep, that's it.
I'm
Check
not
out
even
my short.
subscribed. I don't think I'm subscribed.
Oh,
No, I'm not. Well, that's no good.
He's like, you better fix that now.
Hey, subscribe now.
This shit not showing up for me.
This one? Oh, I pulled a.
All one word.
I
Yeah.
pulled a Kurt. I pulled a Kurt. I shared the screen without sharing the audio.
Damn.
So this is the one.
Yep, that's it.
Hell yeah!
Come on, refresh. You didn't get the beginning.
Hell yeah!
What up, unknown?
Is that Josh?
No,
Yeah.
sure is.
On our organization, why we have a thing like the fifth one, and we are grateful what you guys do, right?
Oh, here Javier talking.
Yep.
That's a good dude, man.
Hey, Tony.
CPR up to date. We were planning this for
How you doing, Tony?
What's up, Tony?
We've been playing this for a while.
What's up, Tony?
There we go.
So that's somebody
So,
being
Joe?
inducted into the
Yeah, Operation
to
11
the
Charlie
11 Charlie. Yeah, that's cool.
did a certificate of appreciation for me. I still don't feel deserving of it, but it was very nice of them.
Is that going to
Joe,
actually
of
get
course,
up there?
wants to point it out.
Yeah, you didn't have to share that stuff. I thought Jones needed recognized for that.
Josh, how long you been serving, man?
I wasn't serving. I've helped them out a bunch, but I've been a cop 23 years, man. 24 years.
Oh, that's what I mean.
But-
That's service, man. Shit,
But yeah,
you are
I've helped them
definitely
out.
deserving.
I've been serving my wife for years. Does that count?
Yeah, I was pretty proud of my buddy Josh there, so I figured a little recognition.
I've been running from the cops for,
Good job.
Thanks, Tony. Thanks, Dave.
Good for you, Josh.
I appreciate it.
Oh, CCXRC is in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
what's
what I
up,
was saying.
Tony?
Tony.
Tony knows about this savage life.
He knows the Savage, but that seems like the Savage is like one of the best vehicles HPI ever made.
Yeah.
Oh, they made a few.
and this metal is friggin' tough. Shit.
You need to get your the cutter wheel.
What's holding this on here?
I gotta
What are you-
drill it. I gotta drill
what are
it
you trying
all
to cut?
through. Who, me? Nothing. I'm trying to drill the mount to the windshield.
Oh.
I use some of the trailer truck metal.
Hmm.
Whew. You know, and it can't move either, you know. Move, it'll be all
Oh.
messed up.
There's a new camera on the
Eric.
market.
See you, Eric.
Later, Eric.
Later, Eric.
Eric.
All right, Eric.
Insta360 has now the Go 3. It used to be the Go 2, but now it's the Go 3. This is Canadian dollar.
I can't even read the Canadian dollar. It's so small on my screen.
$519.99.
So it's basically a nice kit. It's about almost the same as the other one, but this one actually has a case for it, a case with an LCD, which is kind of cool. And it actually extends the life of it. But I love this camera for the weight. Like, this is so cool on an RC car.
Oh,
One
It
thing-
looks like it's got a big screen on it too.
Yeah, you can use it or without, so you can take it off. Then it's really light.
$600.
No,
No, they're not that expensive. They're very cheap.
No, Canadian, it's $600. $519
600
Canadian.
Canadian.
For you guys, $450 maybe,
It's
I was
not
gonna
bad.
say probably.
even three something. It all depends which kit you get, because you get a standalone kit, action kit, travel kit, water sport kit, or bike kit that comes with different accessories. So, and you also get it in different 32, 64, or 128 gig. But one thing I found very interesting with that is their 360 view angle that you can actually do on it, which means this. So when you mount it, you can flip your image, but on the video, it stays like this.
Hmm.
So imagine you're going on the trail and you roll your truck. This is what you'd see. The
That's
image
pretty
would
cool.
stay the same, but the truck, you'd see the truck flip. That's kind of cool. Also comes with mounts and things like that. You can put it onto yourself as with a magnet, and you now have the different lens. And you can
35
extend,
grams.
yeah, and you can actually extend the minute hours. You can record for 120 minutes with the back on it.
You said it goes up to over 200 gigs, right?
No, 128 gig, I think it goes.
Because they have SD cards that do over 200. I think 240.
128 gig.
They got them doing terabytes, Brad.
Tiny little SD cards.
Yeah.
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 You get a 1 terabyte micro SD. Stuff is crazy nowadays.
That's insane.
So that's a type of camera I wouldn't mind getting. It's kind of cool, and it would be nice to put on the trucks or even on the race cars, doing racing, on-road racing would be cool. Or over.
Now, yeah,
You have one of those, don't you, John?
I got a 360.
Look how freely this spins. There's literally no fluid inside this diff.
Oh yeah.
Wow. It's been running dry.
There's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing in there.
Is
That's
this
what
your
my
friend's?
live is tomorrow. No, this is mine. I got it on a killer deal.
It's an 8 scale, right?
Yeah, considered an A scale. It's really, I don't know. They look like 10 scales to me, but because I've had
And
some
that's
pretty
the normal
large A
chassis.
scales.
That's a normal
Yeah.
chassis. You can actually get a long chassis for that.
Yep.
That extends your
All you need
wheelbase.
is a couple of drive shafts in the center.
Yeah.
You can extend this sucker out because everything else stays the same.
Or are you going to be getting some of the new Savage parts to fit on there to like stripe shafts?
No, I'm not gonna go that far with this. I'm gonna keep it as stock as possible. I'm gonna tune these diffs.
I wonder how
And,
compatible the parts are, or how, if the part number are actually the same. Once they come out with a manual, I'll do a couple of cross-reference to make sure.
Yeah, I'm sure they're fairly close.
Yeah, that's what scares me right now about using mine, especially jumping or bashing with it, is if I break it, can I still get parts?
Yeah.
I've seen people get parts that are so rare, they hunt for them.
Then
You find that unicorn every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't RPM still make arms and stuff for them?
Fall.
Yeah, you can find them.
Yeah.
They may not make a lot of them still, but you can find them. They have a lot of them out there.
I should start looking for a slider or a Savage that has no motor, just for spare parts.
Oh yeah,
All
you
spare
should,
parts.
because there's a lot of those you can find. I already found a bunch of those on the marketplace on Facebook here. People want next to nothing for them too, so I might do that. Get a straight up parts car.
Chico shop.
Yep.
Chop shop for RC. Go to a chop shop for RC.
Chico, yeah, you go see Chico. Chico might have the parts for you.
Yeah. RC Chop Shop's a pretty good one too in Lancaster.
In Ohio, Lancaster, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Because there's also a Lancaster, PA, but you know, a lot of the states seem to share a lot of towns the same name. Weird.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we already know there's several types. There's several Columbuses.
Now, do I break these halves apart? I think I'm just gonna take the whole rear end off. It'll be easier that way.
you might as well do the front one too, because you said there's no grease, so you might as well check the grease up
Oh,
front. too.
I'm doing the whole thing tomorrow night. I'll finish all the getting started since we're
You
hanging out.
just get up here.
What? What, Hakeem?
I think he was talking to somebody else.
Yeah. This guy.
Mm.
Shemaiah.
Unknown was saying that there's 13 people watching, but only 9 thumbs up. So come on, people, thumbs up the video.
Hey, did anybody see Sean at the exit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Actually,
was riding around with Josh. He was riding around the
Yeah.
side by side with him.
Oh, yeah.
They was mobbing in that thing too. I watched that video. I was having a good old time. I was jealous.
it was pretty fun out there.
I like some side by side action. Those things are super fun to drive around.
Joe and you guys were attached to the hip practically. You, Joe, and Sean.
No, Sean was in the booth mostly, but when I went over and said hey to him, I rode over on my Razor, and he was
There
like,
it is.
"Yeah, I need to go for a ride in a 1-to-1." I said, "Well, as long as I got time, we'll come back later." I came back once, and he was gone to go get lunch, so I came back again, and we picked up 4 of the guys from Operation 11 Charlie and took them out onto the off-road park, which Badlands was super cool. They comped all the Operation 11 Charlie guys to go out there and ride.
That's
So
cool.
thumbs up to Badlands Off-Road Park. Super nice people. Told them we were just going to go out for a ride real quick. They said, cool. They just got to sign our waiver and get an armband. And they came in, signed everybody up, and out we went.
Okay.
They even drew a map for me, like where to take the guys that it'll be fun to do. And that's how we found out about the serpentines that we rode through.
Nice.
And those were a blast. Those serpentines were cool.
It sounds like Jason has to get out to these things with you guys.
Eventually.
Oh, it was
Eventually, man.
It was fun, man. Like I didn't know they had all that back in the off-road park. It's part of the reason I took it. But there were so many events at Axial Fest, and the park closed at 5, and Axial Fest ended, at 5 to get ready to go out and do the giveaway stuff. So I didn't get to spend as much time in the park as I would like to. Next year, I'll add an extra day to my trip to go out and play in the park.
Yeah.
You already left on Thursday, didn't you?
We got there Wednesday, but forgot some stuff. Had to turn around at one point, and then there was a bad accident on 70 that delayed us at least an hour ago, if not an hour and a half.
Yeah, I sat on 70 West, right outside of Indianapolis, for an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, I detoured around it because he was ahead of me.
Yeah, you
And,
probably saw how bad it was, knowing how you know accidents.
Well,
I called him.
I texted him. I'm like, hey man, my GPS is saying that the time just keeps going up. And then he saw the accident on his GPS, so he called me, and I said, well, my GPS says the detour.
I was too late. I was stuck in it. I couldn't get out of it. So
That sucks.
Hey, Fonzie from the UK. Hello, Queenie. Good for you to join us from Britain this late at night.
What's up, Queenie?
Fonzie's been here, right?
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Jake, when am I going to start seeing you on the panel at After Hours, man?
Yeah, Rocky wants to see you.
Jake. It's Jake from State Farm.
Now, Josh, what were you saying earlier about them, about that package? You still got to print the other ones?
No. I just got to send it out. Everything's printed.
Oh, okay.
I have it finished up that night we were talking about it, and I just didn't have time right before.
Not a problem. Right? Not a problem.
It's
I 4:20 a.m. Print yours, Brad. Keep Keith.
What?
It's 4:20 and we're in Britain.
I think it's 4:20 at Josh's house.
It's 4:20.
Don't let that go over real well.
Time to blaze up.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm glad you joined us this early in the morning out by you.
Come on. Come here. Come on.
Kitty, kitty, kitty.
So what kind of times were you getting out of
Come
class
on,
this
kitty,
day?
kitty, kitty, kitty.
Pardon me?
Yeah, on the. It looked like you
Hey.
made it kind of difficult for the slashes to get any speed or the short course.
She wants some food. I'll be back in a minute.
I did not do any speed tests with the slash.
Okay.
So I don't know how fast they were going on the track, but maybe next time we'll put a my speed thing on there.
Did John get his short course working?
Yes, he did, but he had to bow out of the short course because his truck ran out of power. So he's got to shorten his wires somewhere. So he's got to do the wiring of his ESC because every time he jumped or he did something, he was
He
losing
cut out.
power.
So, but he'll probably beat everybody again.
Probably.
He is what you consider him a professional or semi-professional? I think he's got sponsors. So doesn't that make
He
you
does have
professional?
sponsors. So I guess it's semi-pro. But he races for fun. He just has fun doing it.
Yeah.
But you can tell he's got a little bit more experience. After he won the A main on road, I said, okay, I got to take your truck on because he got the new Toyota Tacoma white body, that orange one. It looks nice. It looks really sweet from Kyosho.
He said the
so
orange.
Yeah, so I took him on with my car and we were almost neck to neck all the 3 laps until the end, until I screwed up. And then he just like, he finished way before me, but it was tight.
It's too bad you didn't use the Rampage.
I had too many cars with me. I had 10 cars with me. If I would have brought the Rampage, it would have been 11. Like,
Well, I guess you could drop one next time and bring the Rampage that time.
maybe. But the Rampage would be nice to race against the Slash just for the hell of it, just to see the action. Yes, definitely.
Well, I've always felt the Rampage was so scale with the way it moves. I mean, the cars, its suspension works and everything.
Trail Critter says thinking Thursday. You might jump in on Thursday, I guess.
Good. Miss talking to you, man.
Yep. I'm going to Kingston tomorrow, which is almost to his place, but not quite. It's now another hour or 2 drive to his place, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Kingston's close to where John used to live, right, John?
No,
Kingston is on the island.
It's further north, but yeah.
I'm going to Queen's University soccer stadium.
You live in Canada, John?
No, I lived in New York, but I've been all up through there.
It's basically from Canada.
Oh.
That's what Steve said.
Yeah, he says he's going near there, Jake.
Yeah, Jake is going there Friday.
Go to Kingston, Canada, and use your Kingston, Jamaica accent.
And what kind of accent is that?
No, it's.
Well, I know about that, man. He's from Kingston.
Yeah, man, don't know about that.
Wagwan.
There probably is Jamaicans living in Canada. I wouldn't put it past them.
What's it past Gucci to the left-hand side?
Look,
It's funny. There's still an English slight accent with them.
And look at that. Man, ain't nothing in there. What the?
Everything's dry as a
Bone
bone.
dry. Yeah, this thing's about to get the service, man. I'm gonna have this thing popping wheelies.
Are you putting thick oil in there?
Serious, man. Yeah, I can get nitros to do wheelies all day. Right tune and the right stuff going on in the diff. Flipper clutch nice and tight.
Is that the one you had on your video when you were hearing it changing gears?
Yeah, I got the 2-speed working.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing, she's ready.
How bad was that tire you exploded?
I exploded like 3 tires on
The MT or
on
whatever?
the MT 410. Yep.
Yeah.
They were like 3 or 4 years old. They blew out finally. Lots of hard bashing and expansion like that happening on those tires
Right.
for years.
You're gonna put a marine grease in there or something different?
Red and tacky all day.
He
Is that-
prefers arm.
Yeah.
Red and tacky is not as thick
But
as
inside
marine grease.
inside the diff, I'm putting the rear is gonna have probably,
Air Force grease.
what do I have here? I have 500, 20 mil, 1 mil, 100K. So I'll probably do, usually in the rear, I go a little bit thinner than the center and the front. So the
That's
rear is
what
probably
she
going to get 50. Let's see, either 50 or 5,000 CST. Then the center's getting 500K. And the front's getting like 100K. I might do 200K in the center diff on this.
Is the center diff gonna have the thickest oil?
Oh yeah.
No, well, yeah, the center's gonna have thickest, and then the front's gonna be slightly under that because you want the power to bleed back to the rear as much as you can.
You want rear
And
bias?
it forces some of that power to go back so you don't balloon up the front tires.
So in other words, you're trying to make it rear bias like they do with manufacturers. They're all-wheel drive. They sometimes make them more rear bias than they do front bias.
Yep, basically.
That's what I might have to do with my Savage because the tires in the front do balloon up a heck of a lot more.
Yeah, you need at the bare minimum just thicken up the front. And you should stop that from happening.
That means I got to take it apart. I'm like Brad. I don't like taking things apart. Right, Brad?
Oh, come on. That's half the fun.
Not
That's
for
half the
me.
fun, Brad.
I don't know. I'm just telling
Half
you.
the freaking fun. Yep. Yeah, there's literally nothing in here. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's still intact though, so that's good. Looks like the screws may be a little bit loose.
The case for your
Overall,
diff, they're all plastic, I think, those cases.
yep, just a nice composite there. They hold up really well. They're built very stout. You rarely break one of these. It's crazy. I've had these Savages before years ago and never broke a diff gear. Only thing I ever broke was like the pins that hold the two bevel gears. The pin would snap in there. Or break the outdrive cups.
Fonzie says yes, correct, definitely. More power to the back.
Yep.
Damn.
That room.
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys about the drunk lady that showed up here the other day. When I was ripping the Savage up and down the street to get the 2-speed working, this drunk lady shows up with her son, and she had been spider. She had been drinking wine. And she was like, yeah, I've been drinking wine. But I thought those RCs are really cool. We have some RCs. And she was like, holy crap, that thing's fast. And she was just going on and on and on. I'm like, yo, lady, I'm trying to do something. But I was being nice. She was fucking lit.
Well, it's your military ways. That's you're usually military. You're usually
Better than Karen coming over and giving you hell.
Right.
Because I was ripping that thing up and down the street, man, making all kinds of noise, and nobody said a damn thing. I was like, "That's what's up."
Cool.
military's yes, ma'am,
Totally.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Fully expected somebody to be like, "Can you turn that thing off?"
Hey, Sarge, the other night when we were up late, I looked
Yeah.
down. When I got offline with you guys, I looked down, big ass scorpion right next to my foot. I'm like,
Damn.
what? I put a cover on it. I'm like, I'm not going to take it outside tonight. I put a cover on it. Got up in the morning, it was gone.
It's in your house somewhere.
Yeah.
He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you anyways. He's like, I'm gonna get him anyways.
Is there traps
I
you
ate
can
it.
put in the house for that?
Like you're over here trying to
I
lock
don't
me
know
up,
if there's
man. I don't get
scorpion
that.
traps.
They do have them, I think. Pretty sure they do.
We got armadillos and stray cats and all kinds of shits. We shouldn't have any scorpions in our house.
Your cat should be taking on those scorpions.
Yeah, Ralph wouldn't. I wouldn't let Ralph do it. But the outside cats, I would.
So again, you found another scorpion by your foot again recently.
Yeah.
Hey,
The other one
Maz
was
is
in the
here.
living room. The other one was in the living. I mean,
Joey Mozzarella's in the building.
Yeah.
Tracy almost ran it over with the wheelchair.
Maz what was did you say that Hakeem? Maz to Maz, a Maz something.
I didn't hear you. What? Mathematized?
Mazmataz, yeah. Mazmataz.
Maz, Guru, and what's the other guy that was showing off the Maz design stuff earlier?
Cardboard crawler.
Cardboard crawler.
Yeah, they were advertising for you, so Guru was doing his job.
And called you Mazmataz.
Doing a lot of
I
advertising.
don't know why,
He's
you fat bastard.
He's gonna need his payout for that advertisement.
He should make a new part called Mazmataz. He should make a new part for them for the vehicles called Mazmataz.
Or
You should send me my stuff that he said he was going to send me. Mazmataz.
Maybe the Guru links.
The Guru chassis.
The Guru.
The Mazmataz Guru links.
Send me
On the
my
box has to be a
cages,
picture of Guru
Mazmataz.
sleeping in the chair.
I mean, that gives him a new thing to play with. How he's laughing.
Like
I
he
like
needs
the one
new
spotlight
things to
it.
play with.
I'll show you guys just how empty this diff was. There's literally nothing in there. Absolutely
It just
nothing.
so it
Let's see if I can
evaporated. It evaporated inside itself.
Nothing.
Imploded.
See how
For the Ocean Gate?
that case for that diff is all plastic?
Yep.
Mine,
I don't like
GCM
it.
Racing machined aluminum casing for those.
That's what you have?
Yeah, that's what's on mine.
Nice.
All aluminum everywhere.
Might have to look into that.
I don't know if they're still available. But
I'll
Hey,
find
well,
them.
at least
Somebody's got them.
at least the
somebody should
internal
have
gears. At least the internal gears are metal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they have to, because that's got a lot of friggin' torque, that thing. Brad, it's 11:30. Do you want to do the round robin to say goodbye to? And
All right, let's start with Hakeem.
Peace out, everybody. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. And see you next Tuesday.
Joe.
Thanks for the invite. It's always a good time. And see you next week.
Keith.
Yeah, keep your RC muddy and your hamster smiling, Rocky. See you next week.
Oh, bye cardboard crawlers. Sorry. Wish you could join us on the panel. Josh.
Thanks for having me. Good chatting with you all, and I'll see you next week.
John.
Thanks for having me, and I'll see you on the next one. And yes, I do have a bike coming.
Heck yeah.
You got shot at Jason?
Am I up?
Yes.
All right. I appreciate the invite as usual. It's always fun hanging out with you guys and get out there, bash something, break it, fix it, repeat.
Frank.
Cool. Well, thank you for hosting this. Used to be called Tamaya Tuesday, and now it's Let's Talk with Brad and Doc RC. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and go charge up some batteries. Go out there and break something, because if you're not breaking anything, you're not having any fun, right, Joe?
Thanks for joining us. You know, if you ever have a last ditch attempt to try to join us on the panel after hours, you know what to do with going to Frank.
What?
And Keith, you want to do the closing like you wanted to do the beginning?
No, I would just do the beginning.
Okay. All right. We'll see you all later.
Peace.